I'm just really excited about the repackaging of Marca the Lion, which was the first series that I wrote in the Christian marketplace. Voice in the Wind was the first book that I wrote for Tyndale House. It was sort of an introduction to the publisher. And it was really an exciting experience, and then went into An Echo in the Darkness and As Sure as the Dawn. The series really had a lot to do with how to share my faith with people that did not want to hear the name of Jesus and did not want to read the Bible. And what I learned in the writing process is that it's how we live our lives, really, that impacts other people. And then eventually you do have the question of why do you believe what you believe, and then you have the opportunity to speak. Every book that I've written starts with a question that I'm dealing with in my own life. And I was a new Christian when I wrote A Voice in the Wind. And I had a lot of friends that were wondering, what happened to you? What changed your life? And they did not want to hear about the Bible, and they didn't want to talk about Jesus. So it was a struggle for me, because I felt like I was losing people that had mattered to me because of my faith. And yet I felt like I just have to live the way I believe. And I have had a number of friends that would ask me later on, when they're in crisis situations and they're watching how you face different things in your life, they eventually ask, and then you have a chance to talk about the Lord. The Marca the Lion trilogy is made up of A Voice in the Wind, An Echo in the Darkness, and As Sure as the Dawn. And each book really has a different theme, because I was dealing with different questions when I was writing them. The first one has to do with how to share your faith with unsafe family and friends that don't want to hear the name of Jesus. They aren't interested in reading the Bible. And it really had to do with the story of Hadassah, who is a persecuted Christian, and how she lived her life in such a way that it impacted everybody around her. Everybody was watching. They didn't know to begin with that she was a Christian, and then they asked the question later on. The second book has a great deal to do with forgiveness, because the story centers on Marcus, who fell in love with Hadassah, and now he's lost Hadassah, he believes, and his sister, who was the cause of losing her. And so there's the anger and the revenge factor playing in there, and his quest to find out who the God was that she believed in so much. The third book has to do with anger and how it impacts your life, that anger can completely tear you down, but there is such a thing as righteous anger too. But the commonality, I think, in the three books is how one person living for Christ impacts all those around them. Oh, what are they going to do wrong, or when are they going to go wrong? And if you're living for Christ, they're watching how you deal with various conflicts in your life. And then that's what has the impact. And then eventually they ask you.